During my school days, when I stood among the first 5 students of my class, and I can recall our names being called out, and we used to rise up on stage, and there was a round of applause for us. Was that success? Winning a dance competition, holding a trophy in hand, being followed by siblings and cousins, was that success? It was only when I grew up and realized that being successful meant being successful in your career, holding a position, a power, having money was success. I started working really hard to become successful. I joined the company secretary course and started putting in 6 long hours of hard work and study. So much so that I even started imagining myself in that black business suit giving a presentation in front of my team. It happened one day that my father called me. He handed over a sheet of paper to me. By the way, in those days, Facebook was not so common and you could not check out profiles like that. He handed over a sheet of paper to me and he said, "Child, this is the boy we have chosen for you. He's a good businessman and he belongs to a reputed family. What else do we need?" What else? What else? That day, my father changed my definition of being successful. And before I could present my perspective in front of him, he had his 100 reasons of marrying me off. Starting from my being the first child, the emotional reason, to marry my sister in coming 3-4 years, the super emotional reason. Since that day, I was hardwired to think that my meaning of being successful is being a good wife and being the best daughter-in-law in the world. And again, I started working hard on that. However, I am the kind of person who doesn't live life to impress. So I was not able to impress each and every member of my big family. And I gave up, as I thought there is no point in wasting my energy over things which I can't control. So another failure. Then another challenge in my life was to become a successful mother. I accepted it and we started to plan a family. But I failed. After having 3 miscarriages in a row, ultimately, I gave birth to 2 beautiful, lovely daughters. But I'm still trying to be successful as a parent. I think parenting is one thing in which 80% of us are still striving to be successful. But it happened one day that it turned out to be a trigger point in my life. Somebody said that because you have been only bearing children and cooking food, you are good for nothing. Good for nothing? The voice, the words echoed in my ears. I felt restless, so much so that I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't take interest in anything. I decided there is something I have to do. But what? There was no answer because I had no professional degree. I talked to my sister, my husband, my father, my mother, but there was no way. How could I make myself visible? How could I make myself valuable? How could I make people realize that there is a person called Surabhi Jain on earth and she has a potential? Then I just gathered up all my talents, starting from writing to speaking to dramatics to presentations to dancing. And I started polishing them. And I started training kids. I started getting recognition from parents. They started appreciating my efforts. My husband and my mother-in-law turned out to be my best support. That boosted me to perform even better in my field. And after 4 years, I organized an event in which I showcased the talent of my kids, of my students. In that, I invited few of my family members, my parents, and my teacher from my school, Mrs. Jai Shri Krishnan, who is presently the principal of CMS school. My teacher was very impressed. She praised my efforts and she was proud of me. Was that success? I could see the tears of pride in my father's eyes. Was that success? So my definition of being successful is making the people who are important in your life, making them feel proud of you. According to Sherry Cott, America's best-selling author and the mother of coaching, success is a never-ending process. Once you get successful, you start desiring for more. So this is what I believe. Keep setting your goals, keep working for them, and keep achieving them, and keep setting new goals and being successful. So this is Surabhi Jain saying goodbye till we meet again with a new story.